Morning, tubers. How y'all doing today? We've had a goodly many days of dry weather here since we came back down here to Georgia, which has been awesome. And it gave us a chance to do a lot of stuff. Like, we had a trailer full of soaking wet boxes. Many of them were full of things that just had to be thrown away. And there's something about the smell of mold that is really not that pleasant. Mold on cardboard kind of turns into something slimy that you don't really want to touch. So the sunlight gives us a chance to pull everything out of the trailer, let it dry out in the sunshine, throw away what needed to be thrown away, and put other stuff under cover. So we got the stuff out, dried out, stored in the garage. I kind of got things placed in pretty well for right now. I bought that shed out back, and I, backfilled the front of it so we could drive a hot rod in there. I have put a lot of stuff in it, but I still have a lot of room. Once I buy that shed, what I did was I rented it because I haven't closed on the house yet. And once I close on the house, I'll have enough money just to pay the shed off. One of the things in the contract they don't want you to do is to go in there and start nailing shelves to the wall and doing stuff like that. And I didn't have to honor the contract because I'm planning to buy it, but I just did because that's the kind of guy I am. If I agree to something and sign it, I like to do what I said I'm going to do. I know it might seem funny to some of y'all, but that's just who I am and how I am. Anyway, all that got me off of a place where I wasn't going in the first place. What I was thinking about doing through all the time that we've had that really nice weather, I've been looking at my burn pile out back and thinking I ought to burn that off, and I'm not going to do it while it's dry. Well, today it is raining, and it just rained again and quit, and we're having these little scattered showers, and there's no wind, and the rain is falling straight down when it falls. And what I'd like to do while the ground is wet and it's not necessarily raining all the time is just go back there and throw some gas and diesel on top of the burn pile and light that thing up and see if I can burn it up in between the showers. That way I'm safe from setting the woods on fire, but also able to get rid of that big pile of brush. And it's dried down and flattened down pretty well on its own. So that's kind of my plan for today. I don't know if that's going to happen or not. A lot depends on the weather and whether or not I can get a good burn in between the storms, but I'm kind of shooting for that. It's really amazing beautiful here right now. I mean, the weather is just lovely. It's cool enough so you can get outside and work without necessarily sweating your skin off. And at the same time, it's warm enough so you don't need to wear sleeves or anything like that. We are really enjoying just being here. I got my Georgia driver's license. I went to get my Georgia fishing license and gun license and all those other licenses, and they said, well, you got to be a resident for 30 days before you can do that. And I guess that's to keep somebody from Florida coming up here and becoming a resident so they can get a deal on a gun license or a fishing license, and then going back to Florida. I don't even know, it could be any state. I'm not picking on Florida people. I know a lot of Florida people, and they're okay. They're okay with me, Rusty Acres. So anyway, back to where I was. So when I walked out here, it was raining, and it just quit again. I'm going to put my boots on. I'm going to go back there. I might move the boat and the camper and the stuff that's sitting on that hill kind of close to the burn pile. And then let's see what the weather conditions look like. And if they look good, we might have us a little burn today. That'll be awesome. By the way, for those of you who are about to say I did go online and checked all the rules and regulations having to do with having a burn and a burn pile and all that. And I am within everything that I need to be in to do that without breaking any laws or covenants or codes or anything else. So before you even start typing those words, I'm on it. Okay, y'all got any questions? If you do, just write to Cutworm 59 out in Arkansas. Write it on a piece of paper, wrap it in a $100 bill, mail it to him, and he'll answer in an appropriate fashion. And that should take care of any of you that are questioning any of us. Okay? Talk to you in a bit? Maybe. Bye. So another thing is, y'all notice I put some crush and run and made a ramp right up to the front of my little outbuilding that I put back here the other day. I want to come see what that looked like now that it's gotten some rain on it. What happens is crush and run is gravel that's crushed, and it creates a lot of dust, and crush and run has the gravel dust in with it. Gravel like this, I think these are considered to be number 3 stone. They have I want to say a grid, but it's like a grate that is a certain size. They pour the rocks out, and the ones that fall through the grate, they are of a size, you know, they are one size, and the ones that stay on top of a grate are another size, and they grade the size of the stones for your different kinds of gravel. This is a big toothy, I say toothy, it's big pieces of gravel so they don't sink down in the mud like, and these are pea gravel over here, and these are little bitty stones. And crush and run is kind of a combination of the dust and the smaller-ish rocks that fall down through it all, and that's what we've got down here. So I just wanted to go see, when the water wets that, it makes it really hard, similar to, but not exactly like cement. I mean, you can still rake it and shovel it and maneuver it around and stuff like that. So I was curious to see, we got a pretty good hard rain during the night, whether anything washed away or if anything changed its consistency or anything like that. So I thought I'd come down and look at this. I see a lot of bluebirds out here this morning. There's one in the grass right over there flapping his wings. Of course, when you have rain like this, the worms come up to the surface because the water will cause them to drown if they're down deep in the soil. So when they come to the surface, the birds, like that bluebird over there, that's a feast time for them. They'll eat all that. And so while I was walking down here, I also thought I'd mention Todd. Todd is Honeybabe's son, and he has a YouTube channel, and many of you have watched him during the past. He has done several things, walked the Appalachian Trail and rebuilt the engine that I have up there. He's going to build a rat rod and kind of changed his mind and changed course. He's recently started putting stuff back up on the YouTube. By the way, this looks good here. Good and solid and firm and packed down pretty darn well. So that's all very good. But he started something new. Todd lives in a community, and he doesn't have land, and so he's rented a piece of land, and he's going to be farming it. He's going to go in, and it's a small piece, small when you consider the size that farms sometimes are, but he's going to go in there and clear it off and clean it off and plant some stuff on it, and he's doing a little farming. I think that's kind of cool, and he's got he's putting it up on his YouTube channel. So for those of y'all that hadn't seen Todd in a long time and want to go check out what he's doing, that's what he's doing. I was watching it this morning. It's pretty interesting.